All right, I want to read something because there's been a lot of talk about men supposedly breastfeeding, and it's 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 such complete utter bullshit. I want to get into the topic of a few things because I've watched some videos and I want to show some of the footage of it, of biological males who transitioned, who are asking for a uterine transplant, right? And they're asking to be able to birth a child. Lord have mercy. So, anyways, this is what the article says here. They call it chest feeding for men who are biological males trying to quote unquote feed a child. And how they're able to do it is they take a feeding tube through the nipples to feed a baby. Do you see this? It says using a tube attached to the nipple to feed a baby formula. Do you see this? This is Baphomet. This is a god, male god, goat god with breasts. The bottom half of this male god, of this god, has a penis, and the top half have breasts. Does this remind you of anything? And if anybody has ever done the research on the god Baphomet, you will fully understand what I am talking about and where I'm getting at with this. They consider Baphomet the image of Satan. That's what they're calling Baphomet. Or if you do the research on this god Baphomet, he's in the image of Satan. So when Genesis 3:15, where it says, I will put enmity between your seed and her seed, the seed of the woman, this is what we're dealing with. Like this is legit. Like, I'm not anti-trans people. If you legitimately feel that is your path, then that is your path, right? But what I am saying is, when you're treading on the woman, which is the life giver of all humanity, and the dark matter that is put in this woman's DNA to be able to communicate and birth a child, communicate with a human fetus, right? With a human fetus, and you are trying to mock it, make fun of it, and make it seem as though the woman population, which is the reason why humanity is even here in the first place, and you mock it like this. Like, I have no words. I have no words. I literally watched a video where a transgender male who has gone through so many different surgeries to try to mimic a woman, right? Goes into a doctor's office, IVH or IV, artificial insemination, seed gathering, egg gathering clinic, but doesn't tell the doctor that he is a biological male. And the doctor proceeds to speak to him as if he's a female, because he looks like a female, and say, science hasn't even gotten to that point where legitimate uterus transplants can be done on men. So basically, they're going to need to take women's actual uteruses out of their body to do this type of Baphomet type of surgery, right? And even the doctor was like, we're not there yet. And the reason why they're not there yet? You want me to tell you the reason why they're not there yet? Because even though they have the science to take from a woman and put into a man, there's dark matter cells that's passed on from mother to mother to mother to mother, from daughter to mother, grandmother, like from infinity. This information for birthing that men they're not encoded with. So even if you take a uterus from a natural born woman and put it in a man, it is not going to happen. There is no communication in a man's cells that can make that uterus work for him, even if it's artificially inseminated. The uterus can't speak through the cells of a man to nurture a child. And this is also why they can't use animals. They can't use an artificial womb. This is all what we're speaking on. But this is the God that is moving this type of anti-woman rhetoric or anti-natural creation. This is the God doing it. And even if you are not aware, this is the God moving this type of information. It's very anti-woman, and it's very biblical, and it goes all the way back to Genesis chapter 3:15. That mitochondrial DNA, this God wants to make fun of. The encoding that women have, no matter what race she is, that mitochondrial DNA, that black matter, that dark matter that creates life, this God makes fun of.